Okay, like we mentioned earlier, you have to use the MIT App Inventor to create your apps. Okay, and I already told you how to access it, which you already saw the other time. So when you get this video, please go through it. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. Let me see what we can do. Okay, I believe my screen is sharing, and this is my interface. Let's assume you have created yours. As you can see, I've done a lot of softwares already, some apps, ranging from the paint app, okay, to the simple text to speech. I'm going to do here. We also have another game called Ball Balls, okay. So what you need to do is just click on start new project and give it a name. Let's give us text for speech. Okay. And click OK, and it's going to open automatically. Okay, so this is it. It does open down there. What you're seeing here is the interface where we'll be doing all the work. It has actually two forms. We have the designer view and the blocks view. Okay, so the designer view entails all the designs that the app we are creating is going to have. Okay, while the block view, we can tell the code that make those apps to function how we want them to function. Okay, so this panel here called the palette. We can pick each component we want our app to have. Okay, if we want to do the layout we actually arrange it horizontally or vertically so that our apps, our components and our screen will not be scattered. Some other things. Now the reason why I'm recording this video, well, I'm sure you're going to watch it and I want you to have a basic understanding of this before I send the PowerPoint which you will use to do your app. So for this actually is a simple text to speech like I mentioned. We're just going to drag here a label. So just click the label, drag it and drop it on the screen. Now you can this other place here is called the property tab. This tab, the property tab, you can actually go down, edit each property, like each component properties. Okay. So under this, for this text to label, which is clicked and selected now, you see I just scroll down under the properties tab. I'm going to scroll down. Then under text here, I can clear this text to label one, and then I will just write a text to speech. You just say text to speech is okay. So you can see it was reflected on the screen, and it's now text to speech. I can click another label again, like an instruction. Now text for label 2 still there as a selected, clean it, and then I can just write an instruction instructing the user what to do. Write out the text for the app to see it. Okay, and then enter. So this is an instruction, write out the text for the app to see it. Now I need to provide an option where they can write out their text, and I'm going to pick what they call text box. So I'm just going to drag and drop it here. Okay, now you can see text box one. Now it's empty. I want it to have a simple description here, like the hint telling the user what to do. So under these properties again, you can see hint. Clean the hint there, hint for text one, and then just write your text here. Then enter. Once you make this up now, it's going to show everything. Okay, then one more thing, I want us to edit this text box, let it be full, let it cover the whole screen. So what we're going to do now, still one of the properties of the text box, under width, click on it automatically and then click on fill parent and then click OK. So you can see it's now full. Okay, so I can now go ahead and pick one more thing. So that when they have written their text, they should now be able to click a button that will now translate it. So I'm going to click a button and just drag and drop it there. Text for button one, and then edit the property again and return the name for text button to save this. Okay. So now we have our interface designed. Now this is just a very simple interface. It's not really too catchy. Well, you can make your screen good, and I'm going to show you how, as this is recording. Okay, so make it look good. You can just click on screen one, an empty screen. There you can see the component, whether component screen one is selected. Then go to properties, about screen. You can now change the colors, add the background image or something to make your text look good. Okay, so I'm not going to do any of that because I don't want to. I'm just going to make the app skeleton in such a way that you can create and then you can try out other things to modify yours. Okay, now we have our interface set. Well, what we need to do now is to go to the blocks. We need to code our block so that it can say what we want it to say. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is when I click on, I'm going to select button one here because when I click on button one, I want it to perform an action. Okay. So click on button one here. Then now this, I told you this is block coding, so it has a series of predefined. And I'm going to see those it's going to happen. Click on logic. Sorry, logic. We're going to click on text. Yes, click on text box one. So that when button one is to click on text box one, then you should say when text box when text to speech one dot speech. Okay, that's what we're going to look for. Set text box one dot speech. Which one we are looking for here.
Is it done now?
Okay, hello, you're welcome back. Right? Can you hear me now? I think your network was bad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you been able to log into the MIT App Inventor? Have you created an account?
Keyboard development. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Um,
I can't.
well, my laptop isn't working properly.
It's really breaking. I don't know if it's breaking also like this. Please, I didn't catch what you said in here. Can you just repeat?
And then my laptop isn't working properly.
Oh, I did not see here. The thing is breaking.
It's breaking. They can hear me.
But can you hear me? Just say yes.
My laptop isn't working properly.
Can you just type what you're saying in the message here in the chat box? Let's see.
Okay. Yes. Don't worry, don't worry.
I just sent a message saying I cannot hear you clearly. Okay, your laptop isn't working properly. Don't worry, no problem. I'm going to run through this video and what I can do. Okay? So that when your laptop begins working properly, you can now know what to do. I already started recording the video, like I told you. Oh my god, I disconnected again. Okay, since you have disconnected, we're going to continue from where we start. Okay, and you're back.
Yeah.
Alright, please just watch my screen and watch what I do. I'm going to show you this. And make sure when your laptop is now better, you can try this out. Okay. So what I
Okay.
did now currently is I opened MIT App Inventor, click on Create Apps. Okay. I need to this new folder.
But is there any relation with it and Scratch?
I can't hear you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Your network is really bad. Uh, It's really distracting the class. Okay, I get your question. Is there any relationship between this and Scratch? Well, Scratch is based on a programming language called block coding. Okay, Scratch is not the only relationship between these and Scratch is just that they use the same kind of coding. Okay, so I think there's a relationship between them. Just that
Okay.
this now we can use it to build apps. Okay, block coding is another simple language which we can use. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen.
Yes, I
Now,
can.
while you were away, I thought you were not going to make it, so I was already going ahead to create it so that you can see, so that maybe when you come back online, you can download the video and watch. But then, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start afresh again so that you can see what I did. So I clicked on a new project. Once you get in here, you will see how to do this. Okay, and I'm going to drop a PowerPoint for you or in your class. Okay, so that you can download it. And the PowerPoint can contain steps again you can use. With that, you should be very, very good to go for this mobile app. That's the development knowledge or the foundational knowledge. And then you can go ahead and do some more research and try some other things by yourself. We have 15 minutes more to go before I round off this class. Okay, so let's name this text to speech. Okay,
So you
so
said the text to speech app was made by you.
I didn't get you. Please just type all your questions, okay? Maybe and then just let me know when you type the question by just saying something. Okay, since I cannot really hear you at all. It's changing the tone of your voice. Bad network. Okay, okay. Was the text to speech app made by me? Yes, of course. We are mobile app developers. That's what we are learning here. Okay. So you are also going to make it. It's something very simple. By the time we're done with this, you'll be like, wow, is it this simple? And it's not really going to be difficult again. Okay, yes, it was made by me. So now I believe you're watching your screen, though I cannot see you, but the class is recording as usual. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is our interface. This is where we create the user interface of our app, that's the software operating. Yes, we drag in components from here under these palettes. You can see we drag in lots of components, user interface. You can scroll down more. There is another one called layout. So layout has other components and lights. This is actually you will know more about this as you do more projects, okay? Because we'll be picking some components from each of these. Alright, so under the user interface, I'm just going to pick one component called the label. I need to write something. I'm dragging it and dropping it on the screen. And then when you drag and drop on the screen, you can see under the viewer, this is where our screen is. But then under the components, we can see the list of components we have currently in our project. Now we only have the screen, that's one screen, and we also have another component here called label one. Okay, label one. Now you can see the identity text for label one is text for label one. I'm going to change that now to something like text to speech. So I'm going to go to the properties bar tab here of this label one, which is selected. So I'm going to scroll down and then click on this text for label one, cancel this, and then you can go ahead and then type what you want to type. Let's write the text for speech, and I click on enter. So I've written text to speech. Right, so you can see it's now reflecting under the screen one, text to speech. I'm going to just drag another label and drop it on the screen. For this text, this is like an instruction. Okay, so still under the property again for text to for this second label, I'm going to just change it to write out your text below to have it read. Okay, so and then enter. Now this is like an instruction, write out the text below to have it read. Now I need another thing, I need to have somewhere that can actually write in the text. And I'm going to develop the component here called text box. So I just drag and drop it on the screen. And this is it, this is the component where they can now begin to type in their text. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to check if you are still following. It's good, you're still here and you're following. Now this is a text box, okay? So I'm going to write a hint. The hint is like a little write up there on the text, which is not really read by the text. It's called a hint. So now this for text box one. Let's cancel it and then write your text here. Then enter. So that's the hint for the text box one. I'm just going to do one more thing. Now the box for this text box one is too small. I want it to fill the screen. Okay, so under the properties still, meanwhile, remember the text box one is selected on a component. I'm going to just pick in something called here, the width. Under the width, I'll just click on fill parent. So click on OK. Okay, so I filled the parent width of the phone. Now I'm just going to need something else again so that once I'm done writing, how can I let the app know that I'm done? I need a button to do that. So look at the button here, just click, drag and drop it, click on it. Now you can see text for button one. I'm going to do something and say change it, let's change it to say this. Say this. Okay, I'm gonna type. Okay. So once I'm done typing, I can now say this. Now this is just a simple app. If you notice, I didn't really do much design here. Okay, this is because I wanted it to just be this way. Now you can actually go ahead and make your own app look much more beautiful by adding pictures, background pictures or images, changing colors of your screen one. You can see screen one is selected under the component. You can do that, okay, but I'm not going to do that. We don't really have much time. We have just a few more minutes left. And then now we're done with the designer part. We need to have what we have written here to be read out loud. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the code view where we begin to code. So click on blocks here. You can see my cursor. Click on blocks. So blocks has taken me somewhere else, and now I need to begin coding. The first thing I need to do is to alert the app to know when the text has been written and when the button is clicked. So I need the button to function. I need to code the button to function. I'm just going to click on the button here, and when I click the button, you can see the first one when button one is clicked. Do now if you click on the button one, actually you're seeing a series of codes here. Like I mentioned, a this is block coding. Okay, so each of these blocks already have they already have functions that they perform. Okay, so you can scroll down and select. I'm just going to pick the first one which I've already done. That's when button one is clicked is block. So this means that when I click the button one, you know our button one is the button that reads say this, right? When I click on say this, what should happen? So I'm just going to click on the text box. You know, the text box is where I wrote some things. So click on text box where the text box. And then let's go to okay, we're going to scroll and search for something. Okay, so let's pick our text box now. We're going to do something here, like I said. So call text box one, which we've already put. We're going to call it dot speech. Okay, sorry, I can't seem to find it. So these are blocks. They are actually embedded in different places. You have to take your time and look for the particular block of code you want. You have done it again. Okay, you're back. I noticed you went out of the class. So let's continue. Internal area is okay. I need to reload this page. Okay, it says online from online the server, I think it's show for some time. So let's reload the page. Oops. Okay, let's close it and open it again. Okay, yeah, this is it. Let's reload it. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, video for 2 minutes and it's actually gonna so I thought you could hear. Okay, so we have reloaded our page. I'm just loading the project again. Let me see the code because it will take a little while. Please just hold on. Let's go to the blocks again. Okay, this is the complete code to make your block work, and I just got this text. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it's working fine. All right. All right. I actually missed something, and I remember what I missed now. Let's go back to our project, okay? So we need to add one more component. All right. Now this component is actually called the text to speech component. This is what we translate everything we are saying here to the words. Okay. So I'm going to just go to the media. Under the media in our design part, and I'm going to pick up text to speech. So I've picked text to speech, I dragged it and dropped it on the screen. If you notice at the components here, you can see text to speech, but it's an invisible component because you don't see it here. But you can see it below the frame here, currently the non-visible components. So this was what I actually missed. Now let's go back to blocks. And then, so when button 1.click is split, what should I do? Click on text to speech one. Okay. So text to speech one, then set text to speech one dot page. I'm gonna pick it and drop it here. So don't worry now, we now have one block. This dot speech means we can set the rate either bass, either high pitch or low pitch. If you want a feminine voice or something slower, something faster or something, okay, we can do that now. So I'm gonna pick here under this text now, under the bulletin which you can see. Let's click on this text here and then scroll up. You can see the first one here. Just drag and drop it here. Okay. So make sure it fits in. Okay. It has to fit in. If you have not written, let's just write something first. And let's say 1.5. or 1. You can go ahead and write 1 if you want. But let's try to fit the hair. Now it's fitting very well. Okay. So we have got for 1. We've set the way it talks. Okay, we have 3 more minutes. I'm going to round off before 3 minutes. Okay, then you can do the same thing and then export your app. Then the next thing we're going to do is again click on this text to speech one here, and then let's scroll down to set text to speech one, then speech rate. This is its tool. So I'm just going to drag it here and drop it below again inside this code and say set text to speech one, the speech rate to what? And this also going to do the same thing here. Just let's copy this with this little block here. Click on it, Control C and Control V. It has pasted it to 1. Okay, did you know what I did? Yes, I believe you also what I did. And then the last thing we'll be doing to make our app work very fine. Now we're still clicking on text to speech one, and then we're going to scroll up. So we're going to pick this call text to speech one. Let's speak. Drop it here. So when button one is clicked, all these functions is going to happen. Okay. So now there's the component text is going to be called after all these have been followed. And then what message should it speak? That's when we're going to call in the text box. So it's going to pick speak text box one dot text. Okay, so this is it, text box one dot text. So drag and drop it here. So whatever you wrote there on the text box is going to be read by the app. So basically, this is just a very simple line of code for you to make your text to speech app work. If you click on the designer, your app is already done. Now I want to show you how to export your app as an APK file so that you can now send to your phone and use it and test it. Okay. So how to do that? Just click on build. Okay. Once you click on build, click on Android app. Okay. So I just clicked on it now. Okay, so it's actually preparing it. So you just wait till it finishes. It's going to automatically download your APK file down to your laptop. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Alright. So please make sure you try this out. I'm going to drop the tutorial PowerPoint now. I actually dropped it before, but I'll drop it today again so that you can have easy access to it. And right on the website, okay, your class website, you should be able to see it from it. Okay. So with that now, you can go ahead and then feel free to replicate what we did. That is, make sure you try the next one. It's the next project we're supposed to do actually. We are going to do that tomorrow. So with this, I believe you have understood that it's very simple to okay, it's 4 o'clock now. I'm going to end the class because our time is up. Okay. So just make sure you try. I believe you saw everything I did despite the little something that I missed. I think we have gotten it right, okay. So make sure you try it and export your app. Try it, okay, and then you can see rename your apps anything you want to rename it with. Thank you. And
Okay.
please, Samsung, have a nice day, okay? Take care
Okay,
of
sir.
yourself. Alright.
Okay.
Please, before anything, if you have any other question, just type it. Let me know. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Is there a question?
No, there isn't.
Can't hear you. Can you just type it? Is there a question? If there is no question, just tell me that no question. Just type it. Okay. Yes. No, that one you can